Our lesson today is a continuation of lesson 8.6, what we talked about in class, what we worked on yesterday, and just want to talk more specifically about some of the certain problems that we did yesterday. Just to recap the information at the beginning of the problems. At the beginning of the lesson, Jenny has twice as many DVDs as Jack. John has 4 more DVDs than Jenny. And Janine has 3 times as many as John. So that's going to be important information for us as we continue on here. So we worked on problem 6 in class, but I just want to revisit that with you. So it says let Y represent the number of DVDs that Janine has. So Janine, okay. So Janine has Y. So if Janine has Y, and she has 3 times as many as John would have Y divided by 3 DVDs. For Jenny, if we think back to what Jenny has, John has 4 more DVDs than Jenny. So if John's Y divided by 3, Jenny is Y divided by 3 minus 4, because Jenny has 4 less than John, or another way to say that is John has 4 more DVDs than Jenny. Then if we take a look at Jack, Jack has 2 times less than Jenny. Remember, Jenny said in the introduction that she has twice as many DVDs as John. So if Y divided by 3 minus 4 is Jenny, then all of that divided by 2 equals what John has. So now if we want to put that all together with all 4 friends, remember Janine has Y, and then we're going to add that to John, which was Y over 3, and Jenny, which was Y over 3 minus 4, and add that to Jack, which was Y over 3 minus 4, and that's divided by 2. Now, another way to look at Jack's, his representation, his algebraic expression, is by using the distributive property. So if we're dividing Jack's by 2, all that by 2, okay, Y divided by 3 divided by 2, that's like splitting a third in half. If you split a third in half, it becomes a 6. So that's going to be equal to Y over 6 minus, and then 4 divided by 2, if we distribute that, would be 2. Now this is the distributive property of division over subtraction. So if we rewrote our expression for all the 4 friends together, it would look like this. So Y plus Y over 3 plus Y over 3 minus 4 plus Y over 6 minus 2. Now you want to be able to simplify that even further, because that's a lot of information right there. So we talked today in class about how the variables over the fractions are very similar to a regular fraction. So you'd have to get a common denominator just like you would for a regular fraction. So for Y, just like 6 over 6 is equal to 1, 6 over 6 Y, so 6Y over 6 is equal to 1Y. So these two are the same. Plus Y over 3, just like 2 over 6 is equal to 1/3. 2y over 6 is equal to y over 3. Okay? And then the same goes here. So that'd also be 2y over 6. The minus 4 would stay the same. Plus y over 6 minus 2, that would also stay the same because you can't combine those terms. So then you need to count up your y's. You have 6, 8, 10, 11 y's over 6 minus 6 total. Minus 4 minus 2, you're taking away 6 total. So now for 7, all you're doing is putting the number of DVDs that Janine has in for y, because y equals the number of DVDs that Janine has. So you'd have 11 multiplied by 72 over 6 minus 6. You'd have 11 multiplied by 24 over 6 minus 6, and so on. Okay. Now all of these numbers of DVDs are divisible by 6, so I'm going to show you in problem B how you could do this without a calculator. So with 24 DVDs for Janine, 24 divided by 6 equals 4, so the denominator would cancel, the 24 would become 4, and 4 multiplied by 11 is 44, minus 6, and the total that the group has is 38 DVDs. Now the next question has to do with the males and the females. So let's go back to what we discovered about the males. So we're looking at John. John had y divided by 3 DVDs. So if John has y divided by 3 DVDs, and Jack has y over 6 minus 2 DVDs, now we have to put these together. So y over 3 plus y over 6 minus 2, that would be the total number of DVDs that the males have. Now, y over 3 and y over 6 you can't put together. So, again, if you convert y over 3 to 2y over 6, that'd be the same thing. Plus y over 6 minus 2, that'd be your new expression. So just simplifying expressions. Now we can combine. 2y plus y is 3y over 6, and then that would be minus 2. So if you wanted to simplify that even further, it would be 1/2 y minus 2. Make sure you try the same thing for the females. So problem 9 is a similar problem. So we're letting Z represent the number of DVDs that Jenny has. So she has Z DVDs. Zach has twice as less as Jenny. So Jenny has 2 times more than Jack. So Jack would have Z divided by 2. John, remember, has 4 more than Jenny. So he would have Z plus 4. And Janine has 3 times as many as John, so she would have 3 multiplied by all of what John has, which is Z plus 4. And we can again distribute that, so 3 multiplied by Z and 3 multiplied by 4. 3 multiplied by Z is 3Z, plus 3 multiplied by 4 would be 3Z plus 12 DVDs for Janine. If you put all 4 friends together, so Janine has Z DVDs, plus Zach, who has Z over 2, plus John, who has Z plus 4, plus Janine, who has 3Z plus 12, you would have the total number of DVDs. Now, like the last example, we can again simplify this. Now, we want these fractions to have a common denominator for the variables. So z over 2 is the only one with a number in the denominator. So we want 2 to be the number in the denominator. So if we have z, we're going to have 2z over 2. Okay? Plus z over 2 is going to stay the same. Plus, and then it was z again, so that's going to be 2z over 2. And then plus 4 will be the same thing. Okay, so all of this will follow. So see my arrows there. Plus 3z. In order to turn 3z over 2, it's going to have to be 6z over 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then the plus 12 will stay the same thing. So now if you simplify this across, 2z plus z is 3z, plus 2z is 5z, plus 6z equals 11z, and that's over 2. So 11z over 2, and then that's plus 16. So that's how you find the expression for the number of DVDs that they'd all have together. The next problems, again, very similar to the last problems. So 11z over 2 plus 16. Now you just put the number of DVDs in for z. So 11 multiplied by 20 over 2 plus 16. So that'd be 220 divided by 2, which is 110, plus 16, that'd be 126 total DVDs. Make sure you get the rest of those. The next page here, number 12, we're letting J represent the number of DVDs John has. So Jenny, remember, had 4 less, or John had 4 more than Jenny, so it'd be J minus 4 for Jenny. For Jack, remember, Jenny had twice as many as Jack, so it'd be J minus 4 divided by 2. And then Janine had 3 times as many as John, so she's going to be 3J. Okay? Now, to combine those, you just add those up again. But when you're simplifying, you still need to make a few changes. So if we put these all together, so J plus J minus 4 plus J minus 4 divided by 2 plus 3J. Okay, now we need to get our denominator for Jack figured out. Okay, so J minus 4 divided by 2. So you're dividing this whole thing by 2. So another way to write this, J minus 4 divided by 2. So that's equal to J over 2 minus 2, because 4 divided by 2 equals 2. Okay? So I'm going to change that real quick in our expression. Now, hopefully, by now you've started to pick up the trend. If we're going to convert these to having a denominator over 2, this would be 2j over 2. J again would be 2j over 2, so 2 of those. Minus 4 would stay the same. Plus, and j over 2 doesn't have to change. Minus 2 doesn't have to change. And then plus 3j, so that would be, whoops, my mistake. So that would be 6j over 2. And then you'd have to add those all up to find the expression. I want to see if you can do that. Again, if you have questions, let me know. But great effort. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.